Somebody help me. My cold, calculating sniper roleplay has been derailed because I can't stop building real estate. What's up guys, it's me Zero to my Kitsune, and today we are talking about a surprising announcement that I'm surprised no one has talked about. Not any modders, not any mod authors, not any mod consumers, not any YouTubers, no one, not even Bethesda themselves, even though I think this is an amazing game changer. We are talking about the new update to the creation kit, adding in support for a new file format called an ESL, or a light plugin. Now, what is so important about this light plugin? Well, by the information presented by Bethesda, this is a new file format that will allow modders to finally bypass the 255 mod limit. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, whenever you're playing a Bethesda game, you are limited to 255 ESPs or 255 mods, or less, as some mods need patches and you have to do a lot of stuff, and that can clutter up the ESP, so you actually have even less than 255. And that can be pretty strange when a lot of the mods end up being smaller weapon mods or things that add items or just small things like that. So it's a lot less than it seems, but this new plugin bypasses that. Now, to be fair, it's more limited than a normal ESP. It's limited to 4,000 forms, and I'm not going to act like I know exactly what that means. I'm a mod consumer, not a developer. But I understand that it means these must be smaller mods, things like weapon mods or armor mods, and I hope maybe small quest mods, but let's not push it. And by the information I've gotten by looking around in forums, the actual new limit by using these ESLs may be a astounding 1,048,575 mods if you're using nothing but ESLs. Or if you're going to mix in ESLs with ESPs, 4,096 ESLs for each ESP. That is amazing. Now, the one downside is that these mods will be read-only, and it's going to be a little bit of a hassle to switch them back and forth whenever you need to update them. So this format's probably going to be used for nothing but finalized mods that don't need to be constantly updated, which is kind of the standard for normal modding. You end up releasing a product and then going back to it and adding like 10 updates to it. It's actually one of the more enjoyable aspects of modding. I love checking up on my mods and just seeing how much new content is in store for me. And now some people are worried that since it's read only, they're thinking this might be a form of DRM, but from the information I've seen, it's pretty much easy to switch these mods from, I mean, not easy, like I said, it's a bit of a hassle, but you can switch them back and forth between ESLs and ESPs to update, modify, and change them. So if it's a form of DRM, it's a rather weak one that can be circumvented rather easily, or at least it seems that from the information presented. Now, we get this because of Creation Club. This is basically Bethesda saying that they want to be able to serve consumers indefinite amounts of content, not limiting it to, the standard 255. And it's a bit sad to me that this can only be used for smaller mods, because that does imply that Creation Club is going to be just serving like single weapon mods or single armor mods, or hopefully some smaller mod packs. But yeah, it does seem like Creation Club may be nickel and diming the consumer with horse armor, like people suspected. So that kinda sucks. But I'm still not hopeful, but I'm not angry at Creation Club. But I must say, this is an example of when money's involved, innovation happens. I don't think Bethesda would have done this, part of me wants to think at all, if not for the fact that they could have made money off of it. And say what you will about Creation Club, but because they had a monetary incentive to do this, we got limitless mods, or basically close to limitless mods. Now, like I said, what the things that will benefit from this new file format, they're probably gonna be weapon mods, and let me just ramble off some of the mods I have in my current mod list. Currently my mod list includes things like the pipe shotgun, Institute electro lasers, the DKS 501 sniper rifle, the M1 Garand, the makeshift anti-material rifle, the FMP90, the CBJMS personal defense weapon aka the needle gun, laser RCW, remote explosives, and the cross plasma rail. That is 10 weapon mods right there. That is 10 ESP slots eaten up at minimum, and these mods have some smaller modifications, maybe some naming convention changes in order to make it compatible with certain sorting mods, so that can just balloon and double and maybe even triple depending on your mod loadout. 30 ESPs, now that won't be the problem. Now that won't be any problem. This also benefits armor mods, so if you like running around in a bunch of skimpy outfits and a bunch of spandex and stuff, a lot of the times when mod authors work on those things, they try to get the armors just right so they don't have time to create a billion variations, so you're probably getting one armor. So that's gonna be benefited from this. And one thing unique to Fallout 4, even if they decide to, double back and update Skyrim with this or move on to a new project that'll also have this format, something unique to Fallout 4 is settlement mods. You'll be able to get infinite amounts of additions to your settlements, particularly with the amazing Sim Settlements mod. This is amazing. It'll work perfectly with that. So yeah, I like what ESL mods can do. And I guess to wrap this up, I gotta say Fallout 4 has been surprising. It is a game that's been panned by the community. No one really likes Bethesda's design decisions for this game, but I have to say it has been a bit of a beacon of innovation. We got scripted level lists from this because, again, people were using consoles to download the mods, and mod authors, trying to be a little bit more convenient for them, decided, the old style of having to do merged plugins whenever you had multiple weapon mods, that just wouldn't work. So we got scripted level list, which makes it so much easier for any mod consumer to just plug and play their mods. We also got Bethesda trying to be a little bit more active with allowing modders to do more things. So I know that a lot of F4SE functions that weren't, a lot of script extending functions that were in SKSE are already built into F4SE. So the creator of F4SE is kind of sitting on his hands a little bit, saying, I'm pretty much done with the basic stuff. If you need something specific, come contact me, but it's basically already there in some form. So that's Bethesda learning, and now we got this with almost limitless mods. Say what you will about Fallout 4 and its quality as a game, I won't contest that, but we did get a lot of stuff out of it. And hopefully a lot of this stuff will continue going forward, or maybe even double back. I'd love to see scripted level list integration be more prevalent in Skyrim. I know there are some mods that do it, but it's basically more merged ESPs. Now, as far as the creation kit itself, not the creation kit, the creation club itself, jury's still out on it. I'll wait until it's out. It's supposed to be out before the end of the summer. So Bethesda, you might be running out of time on that, but we'll see when it shows up. I'm gonna hold out judgment on it. The implications seem to be nickel and dimed horse armor, but I hope Bethesda doesn't go that route. But yeah, we'll see. And finally, I have to ask right before I end this video, who the hell is running Bethesda's PR right now? This is something that, with the implications I've said, should have been fucking blasted all across the internet. This is something that could have made a lot of people excited. And sure, there are a lot of people who are skeptical on this, and I'll accept that because, this is Bethesda, and Bethesda recently hasn't had a good run-in with decisions. But especially for the lesser informed crowd, I guess, the crowd that just kind of grabs mods and doesn't really know about ESP merging or any of the more in-depth stuff about modding, they would be just ecstatic about this. So I'm really surprised that Bethesda hasn't said anything. All they did was release the patch update on Bethesda.net and kind of called it a day with that. But yeah, so just wanted to tell y'all about the light plugin ESL. This has the potential to be a game changer. Leave in the comment section your thoughts on this new file format, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.